Hello, I am going to make a video so what happened today doesn't happen to anyone else ever in regards to the satellite HD Opera stuff. Alright, I've labeled a whole bunch of things so this doesn't happen again. What happened is that stuff got unplugged when people were in this storage closet to clear out some stuff. So in case this ever happens again, because of an emergency, things have to be unplugged. This shouldn't happen again because we now have this video. All right, so over here is our two satellite receivers. And they, sorry, I can't get this to flip around. See if this will do it. All right, so you can see that that's one satellite receiver and currently it has nothing plugged into it. But they both work. I've tested them today because we were having video problem because everything was unplugged. And this is the other one, which has everything plugged into it currently. And that is what I had trouble with in regards to sound. There are two remote controls. One goes to the projector, that's this one, the Dell, and one goes to the iScript, which is the satellite receiver. There are actually two remote controls, they match because there are two receivers. And over here is our projector, and you can see that it is currently projecting onto the rear projection screen. And it is on a table that is spiked, and the table is lowered so that it is the way it's supposed to be. The first thing you have to do when you come in is plug in the projector. Here is the power cable, and here are the power buttons with universal power. It is in HDMI-A. That seems to be the one that works the most consistently. I had it in HDMI-B, but it was not working very good. It stopped working, so I had to unplug and go replug. So I think in general, HDMI-A is the best one, and I will go ahead and label that as such. Also, one problem is over here, which is it allows you to bring the screen up and down. You have a vertical and you have a horizontal. You can also focus it on the front here, which is good. There's plugs, etc. The next thing you need to do is make sure that your receiver is on, and the people from the Met Opera will send you the receiving that you have to do. There are clear instructions for that. I'm not going to go into that right now. That gets sent with the Opera itself. Now here is the major problem, is that because we have all of our stuff down here, it has to have a booster, and the booster is plugged into power here, and then it is run to the booth with this LAN cable, and it is the black LAN cable. There are many cables back here, and at some point maybe we should really reconsider pro tip, which is if you are replacing something, you tie it in and you get rid of the stuff that doesn't work. Because as you can see, this could be very confusing for anyone who comes in and doesn't know what's going on. There are two LAN cables available, doesn't say, is not labeled as to what is working. So I have it labeled that this is going to go to the booth, and I also have the cable labeled as such. At the back, you will see that there is the coaxial. This coaxial is the one that's working, and it goes to the satellite up on the roof. All right, it's labeled as such. There are 3 of them down here. One of them is not working. I'll have to test the others, and I will label the ones that work. Again, this is just not good help for each other in regards to having stuff here that is replaced to make it work, and not getting rid of the stuff that doesn't work and then not labeling them. That is really unfair to everyone. This particular sound cable that looks like RCA cable, we call it phono. It is here only to be plugged into the television so you can check sound. I have that labeled. This cable right here that says, it's not a very good view, that says, well, you can't see it, but it's labeled, it says glass optical fiber, and it is the sound that travels to our digital audio booster. The digital audio booster comes from the satellite receiver to this little box, and then it goes out through the LAN, that travels up to the booth. All of that is now labeled. If this receiver, for whatever reason, is not working, you just match all of the cabling and put it into this other receiver. They both worked today. I had to test all of it. So, pro tip here is that what we were left with is that there was no way of fixing it should something go wrong, and now everything is labeled. Thank you for your time. Sorry for any stress.